Oh, hey, today we're going to be working on Project Bad Decision, and I got my apprentice Emily out with me. So tag along and see how it goes. Alright, so today we're going to be, hopefully what I'm going to try and do is get the cab off of the truck. I'm going to start taking the front clip off and unbolting the cab, which shouldn't take a whole lot of time, but that's the goal, is to try and get that all off and get it ready to go on to the other chassis, which is outside right now.
Basically, we've got the front off here, windows wiper off, working on the top. We're gonna see how far this can get. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe.
Got the front clip off, and so it's the next day now. So I'm just going to head outside and pressure wash the frame, because I got to get the frame ready to paint, and so I can put the cab on it. So that's the next step, is I'm going to pressure wash that. Should really pressure wash this cab, but well, we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, I'm gonna head outside and get to pressure washing. All right, so there's that all cleaned up, and when I was saying I think this is a southern frame, I mean, look at how smooth that is. This is about the roughest, scaliest parts on the whole frame. The rest of it is really, really smooth, and I may even leave this on here depending on what I decide to do with the back half of this frame. But yeah, this frame is in really, really nice shape. So once this dries up, I'll throw a coat of paint on there. Not sure what I'm going to paint it with yet, but anyways, we'll decide that when this all dries up, and hopefully by tomorrow it'll be dry and we can throw some paint on there. So some of the green fuzzy stuff didn't come off, so I'm just going to use a wire brush on my grinder or whatever and just give this a bit more of a clean up. Cut these brake lines off, even though they're actually still good. I could actually use them, but the back one here has a bunch of joints. So anyways, we'll cut all these old brake lines off, and then flip it up on its side, paint the bottom, and put it back down and paint the top, and carry on with getting this project going. I'll save that master cylinder and proportioning valve because you never know, I may run these drum brakes for a bit. It's all about getting it running. So this is just some acetone. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down before I go and paint it up, just to clean it up a little bit. Just wipe that off quick. Obviously it evaporates pretty quick too, but just get some of the big loose dust and stuff off. So if you saw my video on the Skylark, I did the bottom in Pour 15 and got absolutely covered in it, but I love this stuff. It really leaves a good, hard, rock hard finish, and any of this surface rust and stuff that's on here, it'll just encapsulate it, seal it right up. I mean, there is a metal prep that you can do, but you don't necessarily have to. It will seal it right up, and I mean, they'll recommend all kinds of things, but I'll be honest, I've used this on, you know, nasty, scaly rust floorboards that are just flaking away, and it turns it into concrete. It makes it really hard. So, you know, if you're not looking to do a full floor repair and you just got some small sort of pinholes, whatever, but the rest of the floor is solid, you put this on there, it'll seal all that up, and you can even just use like a, I mean, I'll be quite honest, I've just used seam sealer to seal some of the holes up, and it's good enough. I mean, you know, a few people have been saying lately, don't get it right, just get it running. Well, that's the moral of this project really is, I just want to get it running. So let's get at it and get covered in paint. Well, this is fun. The body bolts at the back are encapsulated nuts, and they are, well, at least that one has spun in the little thing. So I'm gonna move the gas tank, and wouldn't you know it, the gas tank's like full. So that's fun. So I'm just cutting the easiest way, honestly, to get these grommets off around the tank is to just cut them. So with the rubber being so hard on this thing, it's just easier just to cut it off. Okay, so the better thing to do is to always take it off from up here on these trucks. If I just cut that hose off or pulled it at the bottom, what could happen is it'll just siphon out depending on where the level in this tank is, and that'd be a mess. Alright, so I've seen some nasty stuff before, but I think this is the most poop I've ever seen. So just for safety's sake, I'm going to spray some spray 9 in there. And so this stuff is basically a disinfectant, and it'll kill any of the stuff that's left. It's called spray 9. We can get it up here in Canada. I don't know that you guys can get it down in the US. I think Mean Green is similar. Anyways, I know it burns real well when it's on your hands. Interesting. So on that other frame, it'll actually end up having a mount over here, I believe. So that'll be interesting. Maybe I've got to drill a hole for that. Because there's the bolt there for the front one. Interesting. Sometimes you just get angry and have to use the big red wrench. By that I mean torch. we got the frame painted up, so it's all good. Some of the spots that need to be touched up before I go and drag the cab on here, I'll touch them up with just a spray bomb of something. I mean, the majority of this frame being done in Pour 15 is awesome. It's rock hard. I love this stuff. Takes care of the majority of the rust, and it's like powder coat. It's so hard. So just touch that up with a spray bomb. I'll get the cab hung back in the air again, slide this frame underneath, and just see where the cab mounts are going to line up. I'm going to have to drill holes for the back ones, but that should be not a big deal, shouldn't be a big problem. So, thanks for tagging along. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, I'm at LongSpeed, and on Facebook, I'm LongSpeed Marine. And thanks, really appreciate it.